The Harvard task force releasing a scathing account of the university's handling of anti-Semitism. The report found that anti-Semitism had infiltrated several aspects of Harvard's operations, from its coursework, social life, the hiring of some faculty members, and the worldview of certain academic programs.
Now, this comes just days after the Ivy League school did a rebrand of its DEI program following scrutiny from the Trump administration. And Harvard is now suing the administration. That happened a week or so ago after it threatened to freeze federal funds. Correspondent Sarah Williamson is live from the Harvard campus with more. A beautiful day to be up there in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Sarah, what can you tell us?
It certainly is a beautiful day out here. I did get lucky on this one, but Bob and Katrina, this report by Harvard could not have come at a worse time for the university and couldn't have come at a better time for the Trump administration. Now, we know the president has been trying to stop anti-Semitism on campus by stripping federal funding from these elite organizations, which in result has caused Harvard to fight back. Now, the university is subsequently suing the administration, as you mentioned, as this is just as of last week, in hopes of restoring the funding, and is refusing to cede to what the university's president calls the government's illegal requests, which accuse it of trying to, quote, control whom we hire and what we teach. That's according to the president. Now, with the drop of this 111-page report, the evidence against the school could not be more clear. The Harvard University president, Alan Garber, has apologized following its release. It begins with an anecdote from a student whose grandparents survived the Holocaust. During a talk, the student was allegedly told not to mention that his grandparents were rescued by Israel and that his family's story of Holocaust survival was, quote, distasteful. Another report also says that many Jewish Harvard affiliates were routinely asked if they were, quote, one of the good ones, and by doing so, they must denounce the state of Israel and renounce any affiliation to it. Now, I spoke moments ago with a senior here at Harvard. His name's Jacob Miller. He's Jewish, and he welcomes the report on anti-Semitism, but has written an op-ed today in the Harvard Crimson explaining why he thinks labeling the pro-Palestinian movement as anti-Semitic isn't the most compelling argument against it. He used an infamous statement on October 7 by a group of Harvard groups that blame Israel for the slaughter of its own people.
For instance, I think there's a callous disregard for human life. I think you saw that in the statement after October 7th, which basically assigned moral responsibility to those attacks to Israel. And that statement was written while Hamas was still out there murdering, raping, Israeli civilians. It really made me see my classmates differently, because I was kind of stunned by how willing they were to say that while the Jewish blood was not yet dry.
Now, the sad thing is, Bob and Katrina, is I have approached and spoken with off camera with several Jewish students here today, and also Israeli students too. Apart from Jacob, nobody else was willing to go on camera because they were scared of the backlash that they received, and did say to me that if they do change their mind, they want to remain anonymous when they give me quotes, which just goes to show that despite this report coming out and Trump's moves to try and curb this, it very much seems that anti-Semitism is still very prevalent here at Harvard.